Okay, so the bottom section of homework 3 now, and we see in part C we have 4 lots of the same number, so we should group them together. So we have 4 lots of 5 to the power of x equal to 500. So we're trying to isolate x, we should divide by 4, and we can do that. Dividing by 2 gives 250, dividing again 125, which is conveniently a power of 5. It's 5 to the power of 3. And so now we have the same base, we can equate the exponents. Don't forget to write your solution set in listed form. Alright, so D, we have 0.125. Now, we can write this in a different way. We should recognise this is close to, we should recognise 0.250 anyway, that's a quarter. So this is a half of a quarter, which is actually an eighth. Now if we're going to write, we recognise 8 is 2 cubed, so the reciprocal, we simply make the exponent negative. So we have 2 to the power of minus 3, that's an eighth in exponent form. So that's taken to the power of 1 minus x. 16 we recognise as 2 to the power of 4, and this is to the power of 2x plus 3. Beautiful. So now we're going to use, that's the hard part there I think, and now it's just multiplying, expanding the brackets. We'd have 2 to the power of minus 3 plus 3x equal to 2 to the power of 8x plus 12. Alright, so same base, we can equate the exponents. So 3 plus 3x equal to 8x plus 12. Let's take group our x terms together. So we have minus 5x if we subtract 8x, and adding 3 gives us 15. Dividing by minus 5 now, and we'll have minus 3. And don't forget listed form. Wonderful. We'll do these in a sort of rough order, so let's go straight up to G now. And we notice that we have the same exponent. It's odd, so it means we can simply equate the bases. So 4x minus 7 will be equal to 21. I'm sure you can do this, so please feel free to skip ahead. We've got 4x add 7, now it gives us 28. Dividing by 4 gives us 7. Don't forget listed form. Alrighty, so now H. We have a power of 8 here. Well, 256 we know is a power of 2, and it happens to be 2 to the power of 8, which is most convenient. So now we have same power, but we notice that the power is even, so we should consider that we should take the absolute value of x is equal to the absolute value of 2. So we can simplify that pretty easily. Absolute value of x is just 2, and so x could be plus or minus 2. If we write this in our listed form as a solution set, we write it like this. Alright, so up to k would be next. So we see here that we've got groups of 4 to the power of x, and the exponent has an added symbol there as well. So we can simplify this to say this is 4 to the power of x, but we know that adding, when we add the exponents, is the same as when we have the same base and are multiplying. So we can split this up like this. So convince yourself that that's true, and the rest will just keep the same. I might do this in brackets just to make it a bit more obvious how we're grouping these. So this 4 to the power of x is what we're interested in. And so now we see that we've got 16 lots of that number here, minus 3. Well, that gives us 13 lots of that number. And we'll divide that by 13, because we're interested in the x. So we have 4 to the power of x. Now, 52 is 4 times 13. So we can imagine there's like a little power of 1 here. So we can see that x will be equal to 1. Solution set, don't forget. Wonderful. Alright, so the same sort of idea in L. Why don't you pause the video and have a try at this? It's using the same idea as in K. Alright, hopefully you've tried that, and let's see how I would do it. So we've taken 2 to the power of x, we're going to use that as our grouping, our way of grouping here. We've got minus now 3 lots of, and we're going to break this up. So remember up here we were Up here we were multiplying when we had the addition. Well, here with the subtraction we'll be looking at dividing. So we have 3 lots of 2 to the power of x, but divided by 2 to the power of 1. I should mention also that you could leave that as 2 to the power of minus 1 if you like. It doesn't make much difference. And here it's the same thing up as we did in k. 5 lots of 2 to the power of k multiplied by 2. Alright, and that's 76. We'll just leave that as 76. That's not a power of 2 or anything just yet. Alright, so now let's make this a little bit simpler. We can say we've got 2 to the power of x, and this will be minus 3 over 2 if we take this and just to leave 2 to the power of x in our bracket, and we'll have plus 10 here, leaving 2 to the power of x. So this is good. We've got lots of 2 to the power of x that we can just group together here. Now normally we can just group these together, but the problem is this fraction here. So we'll multiply by 2 to get rid of that little small problem. So I have 2 lots of 2 to the power of x. Remember, we multiply everything by 2. Minus 3 to the power of 2x plus 20 times 2 to the power of x here. And when we multiply 72 by 2, we get 154. Oh, sorry, I've just made a little mistake here. Notice 76 here in the question here. So 76, and doubling that would give us 152, in fact. So make sure you write the same number that's in the question there. So 152. I might just erase that. That's a little bit messy. My apologies. 76, 152. Alright, so grouping these lots of 2 to the power of x together, and we have 19 to the power of x equal 152. Now I knew that 19 times 76 goes 4 times, so when we doubled it, this means that this will now go 8 times. And we know that this is 2 cubed, and so x will be 3. Congratulations if you got that far, and I hope that makes sense even if you didn't. The last thing to finish off here is this little sneaky question down the bottom, part M, all out of order. So we should spot a few things here. On the right hand side we should spot straight away the powers of 5 and the powers of 3. So 625, relatively common power of 5, 5 to the power of 4, and 81 is in fact 3 to the power of 4. So hopefully you spotted those. On the left hand side we should notice that we've got groups of the same number, so we should use this idea of grouping together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots of 5 to the power of x in the numerator, and 3 lots of 3 to the power of x in the denominator. So just like we did in another part, I think it's on this screen here, yes, up in this stage here, we try and undo what's happening around the x. So we should try and multiply by the 5 and the 3 here. So we'll use this idea of cross multiplication. So we'll take 5 to the power of x over 3 to the power of x here, and we'll multiply by 3 and divide by 5 on both sides. So it cancels on the left, and we still have it there on the right hand side. So now we should be able to cancel here. 3 we should be subtracting here, and we should also subtract here. 4 minus 1 will give us the power of 3 here. Alright, so now we can simplify this even further. I'm going to have to use this space up here. On the left, notice that x is exponent for both of those terms, so we can take that out of brackets. And in here we can see we've also got 5 over 3, and they have the same power, which is 3. So we have the same base, and so we can equate the exponents. X is equal to 3. Don't forget your solution set in listed form. Well done. So have a small break now, and we'll see you for the rest of homework 3 in another video. Okay, bye for now.